Hi guys, this is a brief video. I'm gonna enable concurrent remote desktop sessions to Windows XP Service Pack 3. We have a Windows XP computer here running Microsoft Windows XP Professional Service Pack 3, right? So I've been trying to just share the information with friends, and it's been they've been actually sending me emails back and forth because they're unable to get it to run on their domain. It works just fine. You just got to make sure you configure it the right way. So let's get to it. It's simple. There is a terminal server DLL file here, little library. You can find this patch out there. I might share it later on or post a link, whatever, to the one I personally use. Um, that's pretty much all you need. Yeah, just that terminal servers DL. You can patch yourself if you want for the purpose of this video. I'm just gonna go ahead and use that one. Let's go ahead and do it. So in order to replace that terminal server DLL file, we're gonna go ahead and start our computer in the save mode. So we're going to do a minimal save boot, and I'm going to restart my computer. All right, once in save mode, we're going to go ahead and browse to your operating system installation disk, Windows, System 32. We want to show hidden files for sure. And yes, it's okay that. And DLL cache. And we're going to find our terminal server DLL. Let's go ahead and do that. Where is it? All right, here it is. Well, you don't want to get rid of it. Actually, you just want to probably save it. So let's rename it and let's give it a back to. We're going to go ahead and copy that new terminal server DLL. Next, we're going to go ahead and make sure that in your System 32 folder, it's also replaced. There is going to be a terminal server DLL somewhere around here. Let's try that. Let's see. There it is. There it is. So let's go ahead and back it up as well. And let's copy it and paste it. That's basically it. We are going to go ahead and just reboot the computer once again. So let's go back and do a normal reboot. Let's restart the computer. Okay guys, back on your desktop, you're going to log in with administrator credentials again. And now you're just going to do a couple of things to make sure every time you log in onto your Windows XP machine, you actually enable the settings in the Windows registry to be able to effectively have concurrent connections. This is what happens. I have a registry file here. These are the values that we need to change on the registry. We need to enable concurrent sessions, and we need to allow multiple sessions on Windows XP. What happens is every time you reboot your machine, Windows is going to set in the registry this value to 0. That's hexadecimal. Well, in order not to have to in order not to have to log in as administrator and execute this registry file or change the allow multiple sessions, what we are going to do is we are going to create a batch file that is going to contain these values. So whenever a user logs in, these values automatically are present, take place. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create a scheduled task, and we are going to launch a batch file that's going to do this and a little bit more. Just follow me. Alright, fire up your notepad, and let's go ahead and create a batch file. And first we have to make sure that we define our batch file. This is going to be a Windows registry editor version 5.0.0. This is a required line, okay? Otherwise, when we invoke regedit, Windows won't accept it because it's not going to find it as a valid registry script. Sorry. So next we are going to do actually, let me just give it a space here. We're going to do an echo just to hide our command window, and then we are going to let's do a CLS here just to clean up any errors that may appear. And follow it, we are going to call our regedit.exe. Notice there is a comma here. Since we are actually telling Windows this bad file, it's going to be a registry script. Windows is gonna it's gonna ignore completely this little comma we have here in the front, and effectively it will actually execute the command right after it. So let's do it in silent mode, and let's make sure we also set the path, right? So let's do a %F0. Whoops, again. Alright, that should do it. We can exit, and let's make sure we add the values that we need to our Windows registry. So let's copy that and let's paste them here. We are going to enable concurrent sessions and allow multiple sessions. That looks about it, right? Registry. Oof. Alright, yeah, that looks about right. Let's go ahead and save it as a bat file. I'm gonna save it on my desktop, and then I'm gonna move it. Call it anything you want. I'm gonna call it CRS concurrent remote sessions. Not that bad. Yep, that looks about right. So I'm gonna move this bat file that I've just created, and I'm gonna place it in the root, my C drive. And now I'm gonna schedule the task here just to make sure it runs every single time a user logs in. That way I don't have to log in as administrator every time to run that reg file. Let's add a schedule task here. I'm going to go ahead and browse to my batch file that we just created. I'm going to do it when I log on. Well, the computer starts. We'll change it later on. And let's give it a name, maybe multiple multiple concurrent sessions. That's all right. I'm just going to run it as system. That's important. You got to make sure you run this batch file system. And I'm going to open the advanced properties when I finish setting it up. Okay, good. First, I'm going to make sure you have to make sure that you don't run it only when you're logged in. So if there is if the checkbox is checked there, make sure you uncheck it. Here we can see it's actually running as NT authority system, so which is good. That's what we want. Go to your schedule tasks and make sure it actually runs a log on. Apply changes. Scheduling, I disable everything just to make it run every single time no matter what. And finally, go to the security tab. In order for this bat file to be executed by anybody, we actually need to add permissions, right? So I'm just going to add the everyone group. And okay. We're going to give them read and execute permissions. That's all we need. That's good. Another thing we have to make sure it's open your group policy and browse to computer configuration, administrative templates, Windows components, and terminal servers. Here, there is a group policy here. There is a policy here to limit the number of connections. You want to edit that. In this case, I already have it set up to 5 connections. So you may want to go ahead and instead of not configured, enable it and give it whatever number you want. 5 connections works for me. So I'm just going to give it 5 and apply changes. That's pretty much it. That should allow us just to go ahead and get it going. Let's go ahead and reboot our computers again. Actually, I'm going to use a different username, so you see. Let's do, and that should do it. And just for the purpose of it, we can see that we have actually 2 users connected here. We have Rafael and Jaime. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you find this video useful. If you like it, leave a comment. Thanks a lot. Take care.